to Sundays with Shane.
I gotta get that Tim Tam sponsorship. Woo!
So recently in our Facebook group chat, Shane and I have, I don't know, it was kind of organic. We started making a story. I'd post a few lines.
And then there was one part where I saw he was getting a bit stuck, so I guess I inputted a line or two, and it kind of just built on from there, where we just started creating this legendary story.
So we're gonna see if our visual skills are as good as that, and we're gonna try the same thing but through video. So I'll say a sentence, Shane will say a sentence, and we'll build what will hopefully be another legendary tale. Let's do this.
Let's do this. Once upon a time in a land far, far away,
there was a young boy. His name was Shrek.
Shrek was known across all of the land for his special skills.
These included juggling onions, eating onions, pooping onions, and making onion salad.
But on top of all of that, his secret, unknown, legendary skill was
communicating with animals
that looked like onions.
So one day, Shrek was walking through the woods near his cave,
which was shaped, conveniently, like an onion.
On the way, he met a small boy, slightly round with a little top knot coming out of his head.
He was called Steve.
Now Steve, who'd recently escaped from the Minecraft universe, was shaped like an onion
pie. He was shaped like an onion pie.
Steve and Shrek got talking. They were different, these two, but that difference made them the same.
They both looked like onions.
They became friends, onion friends, and they journeyed down the path together, Shrek just leaving his cave for all the wildlife to invade.
There they set up the most epic of house parties.
And when Shrek and Steve returned, Shrek grew very angry.
Because he saw that his most prized possession, which was
a sunflower given to him by Princess Fiona,
was on the floor and had been trampled on
by donkey. Shrek roared, and he looked around, and then he saw in the corner
that donkey's dragon wife was in the corner playing canasta.
What's canasta?
Said Shrek. Shrek did not know what it was.
He went over there. He ate a bit of onion, and he picked up his sunflower, and he said, "Where's your husband?"
The donkey was nowhere to be seen, and the dragon just looked at Shrek with a puzzled look.
Meanwhile, Steve was outside, being eaten by a wolf,
who was dressed
like a grandma,
which was shaped conveniently like
an onion pie.
Steve found this very amusing because he himself looked like an onion pie.
Aside from all his limbs being devoured,
the wolf was a master of
jiu-jitsu, which helped her defeat Steve. And when Steve was all eaten up and in her belly, she walked inside where Shrek
had destroyed canasta and was then teaching the dragon how to play the legendary game of
President. Now the dragon was quite terrible at president, so it was lucky that the wolf, who was dressed as a grandma and looked like an onion pie, was able to join in and balance out the game.
The wolf, however, was unclear of the rules and actually thought to play it, you needed a president.
So she jumped on the dragon's back and they flew to the US of A, where quite fortunately there was a president.
It turned out that it was, in fact, Donald Trump,
who, as we all know, banned card games last year.
This made the dragon very, very, very angry.
So she burned down the White House and at the same time ate the Statue of Liberty.
Because she somehow could fly from Washington to New York in an instant.
Meanwhile, Shrek was rather bored, so he turned on TV.
And he saw that his most favourite TV show was on.
It was called Sundays with Shane, and halfway through there was an advertisement for Tim Tams.
Shrek was very happy because his favourite food was Tim Tams.
So he went to the store to buy some Tim Tams.
But disaster. There was no more Tim Tams.
Shrek screamed and he just grabbed a whole bunch of toothpaste and threw it into the air.
The toothpaste went flying and landed right on the nose of Bob,
who was a dragon that managed the store. Bob was enjoying the news. He loved it when dragons destroyed people, especially when customers came into the store and threw toothpaste everywhere.
This was because his favourite food was everything covered in toothpaste.
So while Bob was going crazy eating toothpaste-covered food and Shrek was being angry, the wolf that looked like a grandma, the wolf dressed as a grandma, but looked like an onion pie, and the dragon had got their president and were travelling back to Shrek's for another card game.
When they got back to Shrek's house and took off the paper bag that was covering the president, they found out that it wasn't him.
You see, they hadn't gone to America. They'd actually took a wrong turn and ended up in Antarctica. So their president was technically an emperor penguin.
It was surprising that they didn't know. But then the dragon remembered all the snow.
She'd brought some back, and she left it piled on the corner of the house, which was lucky because Shrek was just bringing his new friend Bob home.
But Bob was not a dragon after all. He was in fact a sponge.
But the one thing we didn't lie about was that he really liked toothpaste covering everything. Until he saw the snow. Bob thought this was a weird sort of toothpaste and he tried it. And he loved it.
Before Steve could tell him not to eat the yellow snow, he devoured it all.
It was weird that Steve was talking. I mean, he'd just been eaten.
This is because he was talking through the stomach of the dragon.
Meanwhile, the mailman arrived and he had a whole box full of
Tim Tams. This made Bob and Shrek and the dragon very happy, and they devoured them all and lived happily ever after.
the end.
Oh, beautiful. Right, so as you can see, we're quite good storytellers. Hit that subscribe button because Dear Future Me, as you all know, he makes pretty amazing content. And you know what? Hit that like button. That's the end of the episode for this week. So we will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.